Good morning. I'm Karen Taradas with Social U. It's time for What's Up Wednesday. We come to you live every Wednesday morning with social media tips, tricks, and trends. Whew, that was a mouthful. It's November, guys. Finally, you might not be familiar with it. It's that buffer month between Halloween and Christmas. So we're going to talk about everything this month is going to be about basically Thanksgiving. So today I'm going to talk to you guys about Giving Tuesday, which should be on your radar no matter what kind of business you own. Next week, we're going to talk about Black Friday and holiday promotions. 16th, the third week, we're going to talk about thanking your clients, showing gratitude for your clients. We're closed the week of Thanksgiving. And then the last week, we're going to talk about apps that we're thankful for, apps and programs that we're thankful for. I always love that one because we have a tendency to share new stuff that's fun that you might not know about. So today I want to talk to you guys about Giving Tuesday. And there's a lot of information to share. So let me just go ahead and jump in. And it looks like my Wi-Fi signal's not good. So let me put my phone on. Yeah. Okay. A little better. Not great, but better. Okay. So Giving Tuesday. What is Giving Tuesday? Giving Tuesday is a global generosity movement unleashing the power of people and organizations to transform the communities of the world. Yeah, it's an opportunity for you to give back. That's what it is. And it's recognized worldwide. That's what it means. So really, the history for Giving Tuesday is just an opportunity for people to come together and give to nonprofits. In 2021, last year, there was 2.7 billion with a B dollars raised in the United States alone. It was record breaking. Much of it was donated around the world. This International Giving Day now includes calls to action beyond just giving. It includes donation matching and volunteering. So why do you care? You're not a nonprofit. Let's say you're a retailer. Let's say you're a social media company. Let's say you're a realtor. Why does it matter if you do Giving Tuesday? Well, for starters, there's four reasons. It's the time of year. 1/3 of all giving occurs in December. So now is the time, if you're involved in any nonprofits, now's the time to start raising money. Number two, everyone is doing it. And what I mean is the momentum of a lot of people donating can push your cause forward. And it helps expand your cause to potential donors because a lot of people are doing it. Madison says it's good to be ahead, truly. And we're going to talk about certification for Facebook too. So I'm going to get to that in just a minute. Number three, it raises awareness for your cause. People may not be aware of what your nonprofit does. If you don't know about New Life for Women, now is the time for them to start talking to you about what they do and why they raise money. Everybody knows what the ASPCA does and everybody knows what the Humane Society does. But if your nonprofit isn't as well known, this is a great time to educate. And number four, it really builds community. It costs you nothing to help a nonprofit. Why not do it? Why not give back? You can't constantly take from your community and not give anything back. That's crazy. So really and truly, it's an opportunity for you to just kind of be a good person and a good entrepreneur. So how does it work? Well, it's not an organization. It's like Black Friday. Black Friday is not an entity. It's a day that's recognized for sales. That's all it is. So it's not an organization. It's a movement. You may want to run just a general fundraising campaign, or you can focus on something more specific, like a program or an initiative. So let's use the Humane Society as an example. You can raise money for the Humane Society if you want to, or you may get on board for cat food donations, and that may be your very specific niche of what you want to do. And that's fine. You just have to decide which way you want to go. This campaign will likely attract more attention to your organization than any other campaigns that you tackle all year long. So it's a great time to evaluate your fundraising process to see if it's really working for you. Okay, so how do you actually get started? Now that you know that you really should do it, how do you execute it? Well, the first thing you want to do is set your goals. What do you want to accomplish? Do you want to raise money? Do you want to find homes for? And I'm going to use the Humane Society as an example all through here because it's something everybody's familiar with. Do you want to find homes for 20 animals? Do you want to feed 20 animals? Do you want to raise enough money to neuter 20 animals? Set a goal. and then create a plan. And your plan needs to include the hashtag Giving Tuesday, as well as maybe a hashtag that you create specific for your cause or that is specific to your cause, like maybe hashtag Giving Humane Society or hashtag Humane Society donations. Whatever it is, it needs to be universally used by everyone who's participating in your cause. Number three, you want to have a system in place to nurture your donors for the future. So if you attract new donors, you need to have a way to reach out and touch them again when it's time to do this stuff next year. They need to go into your email program so they can stay aware of what's happening with your nonprofit. Top of awareness, top of mind. It's important for them to continue to remember you. Not you specifically necessarily, but your nonprofit through the year. It makes sense. And this is a good opportunity for you to call on corporate sponsors. If you know that Regions Bank participated in the Humane Society fundraiser last year, then reach out to them this year and see if they want to do it again. Reaching out to former donors is a great place to get started. Okay, so now that you have a plan and you know what you want to do, how do you actually do it? Let's talk about some ideas for fundraising. Facebook is huge. It is one of the largest organizations that does matching. Okay, so how does that work? If you are recognized as a nonprofit by Facebook, they will match on Giving Tuesday. That Tuesday is November the 29th. It's the Tuesday after Thanksgiving. They'll match 100% of the first $2 million that are donated. So you need to encourage your donors to donate quickly. They need to donate as early as possible because the sooner they donate, the more likely Facebook is going to be to match at 100%. After the first 2 million, they match 100% of donations made to qualifying. After they'll match 100% for the first 2 millions. So if you donate 10, Facebook donates 10. After the first 2 million, they match 10%. So for the remaining 6 million, because they do 8 million, last year they did 7, so they've bumped it a million. So for the remaining 6 million, they'll match you 10%, which is okay. I mean, it's still free money. I would never turn my nose up at free money for my cause, but you only have an opportunity to earn $1 for every 10 that's donated. But again, free money is free money. So take advantage of it where and when you can. Free is free. A second idea for fundraising are your peers. You want to encourage the people who are also involved in your organization, people who you talk to on the regular, people who work with your nonprofit. Encourage them to participate. Encourage them to use your hashtag so that they can get new eyeballs on the cause and event so that they can, grow donations. You also need to decide if you want to do it virtually or in person. It's totally okay to do it virtually and focus all your information and all of your efforts onto Giving Tuesday in a virtual way, especially if you have a donate button built into your website or you're going to use the Facebook donate button. However you want to do it, it's okay to do it virtually. It's also okay to do it in person. If you want to do an event the Tuesday before Thanksgiving and have an in-person drive where you actually gather donations, or ideally on Giving Tuesday, you'd have your own event. You just have to decide which way you want to go. Something I find interesting is a donation thermometer. I know you guys have seen it. We used it when we were kids. I remember having one in the elementary schools. They can show us how many, whatever crazy thing we were selling to raise money. And there was a thermometer and it would move up. The red would move up. If you use a thermometer on your website, it will increase your donations by up to 35%. People like watching the thermometer change. And it's a free installation. So if that's something that interests you, I highly recommend it. It can just that installation of that one little tiny tool can bump up your donations 30%. That's crazy. Also influencer endorsement. If you work with an influencer or a celebrity or even someone who's just well-known locally who has a ton of followers, reach out to them and see if they will help with your cause. Again, it doesn't cost them a thing to try to help raise money for a qualifying for a good organization, and everyone should be excited to give back to their community. Also, you want to think small, and that sounds silly, but you can raise $1 million, $5 at a time. You don't have to go after $100 or $1,000 donations. Especially the younger your audience, they're much more likely to give you $5, $10, $20 over and over and over than to make $1,000 donation. So if you do small, and when I say small, and you want to relay that in your verbiage, for the cost of a cup of coffee at Starbucks, you can feed, and again, you relate it to your cause, you can feed a cat for a week or whatever, however the numbers equal. But if you can give them that example of the cost of one latte or the cost of, one donut or the cost of, relate it to something small that they understand and explain how it relates to your cause, that is, it's something clicks inside the head so that they're like, okay, well, I can do without this one thing so I can help my cause do this other thing. It totally works. So think small. And the last thing is donation matching. Take advantage of it wherever you can. If you are part of a larger organization and your corporation or your organization will match it, match it. If you are an employee at a larger organization and you can talk to the owner about doing a donation match, absolutely do it. Anything you can do to help move your cause forward, it's going to help you long term. But I highly recommend you get on board with Giving Tuesday. Even if you don't have a ton of time, if you will simply pick a nonprofit that you support and then talk about it on Giving Tuesday and post their donation button, even if you only raise $100, that's $100 more dollars than they would have had. And if you do it first thing in the morning, that's $200 or $110 that they wouldn't have had otherwise. So please, I highly encourage you, as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, as a person, get on board with Giving Tuesday, pick a cause that works for you and support it. I hope you guys join me next week. We're going to talk about how to do holiday promotions, sales, that kind of thing, and really take advantage of Black Friday. We're going to jump into Black Friday and go dive deep like we did today with Giving Tuesday. Until next week, I'm Karen Terradas with Social You, and I'm here to help. Thanks.